Hello everyone, my name is Notepad and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today we are going to be working a little bit on Schola Maleficarum, otherwise known as the school RPG in which you're all fucking wizards. So, yes. Hello, Kaloo. Just readjust my life here a little bit. Stream's a little bit later than usual tonight. Harry Potter system, oh golly, this is going to be rough. It's not really a Harry Potter system, but is sort of a Harry Potter system. It's a little bit weird. But yes, I went into this game with a very strange set of things what I want to do. But that's half the fun of these things, isn't it? Starting a little bit late tonight than I usually do for a variety of reasons. The chief one being I was just really tired and I fell asleep. I just kind of passed out. I woke up about 20 minutes ago from a 2-hour nap because I was just really tired. So, yes. Generally speaking, though, one other odd thing about this, I put it to vote because I was curious. This is a Square game. This is going to be a Square book. Is there any particular reason why I'm doing a Square book? I don't know. Because people wanted it. Ooh. And I am and I am nothing but a slave to the people. But yes, this is it's going to be Square. If I go to extensions, the page size, I said, do I go to extensions, page sizer? This is a 10 by 10 inch book currently. Yes, 10 by 10 inches. You two can now learn about magic. I did kind of my basic little preface here, just kind of understanding the situation we're currently in, and generally speaking, it's people really want Harry Potter games, but no one can really decide how they want to actually make a Harry Potter game. For the, like, 2 people possibly interested, generally speaking, the heading fonts we're going to be using is Quintessential, let's see here, and the body font is actually just Open Sans, except light. Yes, Open Sans Light. Oh, I thought it was a simple PDF. That's what they all think it's going to be, a simple PDF, but absolutely not. Because I hate things that are easy and simple. I have to make things more complicated. Oh. Yes, so, generally speaking, I haven't really got too far in this. I kind of just started it and be like, here we go. I was very behind on getting this set up, if you haven't quite can't quite tell. The past few days have just been very, hectic, to say the least. Generally speaking, we want to do, the exciting lore. Yeah, I know what I want to put down for the exciting lore. It's just putting it down. Actually, no, we'll do, no wizard left behind. Playing the game. Let's insert lore here. Yes, pretty much. That's how I do things. So, are we going fantastical fun fantasy school here, or is it going to be the magical equivalent of No Child Left Behind? The entire premise of this game, a little bit, is going to be you're going to the other schools, effectively. Not really good, not prestigious institutes. You're going to the middle of the pack, at best. Or you're going to Chromide High School for wizards. None of these are really going to be good schools. You're kind of ending up into a variety of situations. Yeah, it's just like, imagine the enchanted equivalent of a swirly. Yeah, it's a little bit rough around the edges, but that's what makes it really magical. The real magic were the friends we made along the way. So, no wizard left behind. Playing Schola Maleficarum. Schola Maleficarum actually is a game. It's a game of the actually how do I want to word it? Schola Maleficarum. Of young witches and warlocks. Actually, would be young witches and actually no, young wizards. I would take the role of young wizards, going through their educational years as they explore their school and the magical happenstance that erupts around it. To play the group actually to play one player will take up the role of the headmaster. We'll take up the role of the headmaster. Well, actually, one player will take up the role of the headmaster. They are the narrator. They are the narrator as well as the narrator as well as the referee. Taking control of various non-player taking place of various non-player characters. Three to five players will become the wizards starting at age 10 and progressing through the 7 years of their wizardic training. Each wizard will need a number of d6s, six-sided dice to six-sided dice. We'll need a number of six-sided dice, d6s. Around 5 per wizard. Around 5 per wizard. As the wizards grow up, they will need larger number. They'll need more dice, but starting up. But sharing is encouraged. The wizards will also need a single fate die. Which is marked with 2 and 2 pluses and 2 minuses. We mark with 2 pluses and 2 minuses with two additional blank sides. Blank sides as their fate. Blank side. We'll also need a single fate die. If fate die are not available, Designate another die. Designate another D6. Designate another D6. That is either larger or differently colored. Differently colored to take up the mantle. Take up the mantle. Wizard lizards. Let's see. When a wizard attempts. When you're master reading a spell, class the entire library in the D6 system. Yes, it is a D6 system. With you. Bonus for being a bully bastard. With the math reading spell applied to the entire library, your talking golem proxy tutor, you have it right in bulk for your essays. You decide to call it your proxy golem chat GPT. Yes, it is a D6 system. It's a little bit odd, though. I will say that. It's a little bit odd simply because I wanted it to be odd. I went out of my way to do such. Come on, chat GPT. Not chat GPT. Come on, Miro. Miro. I summon thee, robot. There we go. Good job. Good job, Miro. I believe in you. I believe in you. Miro. 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 Come on, you stupid fuck. There we go. See, if you just intimidate the magic machine, it goes faster. So, let me see. Success-based system. Okay, so this is where things start getting a little bit wonky. Oh, with the chance of failure, they are making a test. Actually, I mean, we could probably do, No, they're just making a test. During a test, during the test, the wizard will take a number of d6s. A number of d6s equal to their skill, and equal to their skill and roll. Equal to their skill as well as their fate die, and roll. Depending on the let's see. Depending on the complexity and difficulty, the wizard will need different results. The complexity dictates how simple or difficult, or how let's see. The complexity dictates how complicated the action is, representing action, how complicated the action is, with the die needing to be equal to or above. Actually, no, we'll do difficulty and complexity. The difficulty of dictates how complicated, how hard the action is, with the die needing to be equal or above, equal to or above the to score. The difficulty dictates how hard an action, how hard the test is, capitalized test. Test is with the die needing to be equal to or above the success number to score a success. We put the table right down here. Complexity. The complexity is how many successes are needed to pass the test. Complexity is how many successes are needed to pass the test. How many successes are needed to pass the test when every time the success number is rolled, the hero is the wizard. The wizard is let's see. How many successes are needed to pass the test? If they reach the required number of successes, they have succeeded. They are victorious. And accomplish their goal. If they fail to reach the required successes, they have failed their task, or succeed with consequences. I want to jump. You're not going to fail jumping over something, but you might land hard and kind of like lose something on the way down. It's kind of like the idea of being like, hey, don't like you fail and like you just never get to do anything ever again. No, that's not how that's supposed to go. So, depending on the difficulty. So we want to do 3, 4. Actually, what we can do is we can do this to hallelujah, hallelujah. That we put you like this. Yep. So there we go. There's a success number, pretty much what you need to actually roll up. So give you an idea, what's going to happen is that you're going to take a number of your d6s, you're going to roll. Let's say for example, I say, hey, this is going to be an easy check. So you only need to roll 4 up. So on your die, I roll 5. I rolled 6, 6, 5, and a 3. I would score 3 successes on this. Complexity, on the other hand. Complexity, target number, target successes. Let's see, simple. Synonym for simple. What am I doing? Fists of chaos. I think I have something here for complexity. I may be able to just steal. Ah, there we go. Thanks, Zangief. Simple, intermediate, complex, professional, intricate, masterful. Simple, intermediate. Professional. Hello, phone. So we do 30. That's not it. Oh, we want to go here and then do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. What I can do is I can do this and just open this up for a big picture and then put some more stuff down. See, this is actually really interesting, just having to now kind of navigate around the fact that the page size is a little bit wonky. Hey! The skill plus roll will be condensed in the rest of the book as your scroll. Attempt to have dice pool using fate dice where +1, +2, and use the weird hash mark system to use these. Zangief about to speed these scholar wizards. Gotta lab those 360s. To the rudimentary to find a synonym for something so effortless and straightforward. Yeah, so pretty much simple, intermediate, complex. Professional is like a little bit wonky in there, but hey, it works. Actually, I want to be. Let's see if I can get away with this. This isn't necessarily going to be a side note, but this is going to be headmaster's note. Complexity. Every year the students remain at the school. Every year the students remain at the school. The complexity may raise by one step. The complexity of tests may raise by one step. I am raised by one stat. On average, it should be a year plus one, being the extent of test results. Unless they are looking to perform something truly extraordinary. Unless they're trying to perform something truly extraordinary. Oh. Yes, I am deliberately trying to yeah, you don't really. These really shouldn't be high. Like they really shouldn't be, because you're not really going to be rolling like an absurd amount of dice. I already kind of came up to the conclusion like this is not like a buckets of dice kind of game. No matter how much we all love buckets of dice, that's just not quite how I'm envisioning how this game is going to be going. So if we do that, say hey. So like your difficulty is kind of the main thing here, complexity being kind of like the bonus on top of that, if that makes sense. That if we want to, then we die of fate and chance. Update that actually would be the die of fate and chance. The die of fate and chance. In any regardless of the test, the actually under most tests, with most tests, the wizards will be rolling the fate die alongside the rest of their dice. This fate die's result does not impact the difficulty or complexity of the roll. Does not impact the difficulty or complexity of the roll, nor does it add or subtract from it. Instead, the die of fate and chance adds a chaotic element to the test. Should the fate die roll a plus, let's see, regardless of the outcome, fortune favors the wizard. Something positive comes out of the roll, or a stroke of luck, succeeding. If in a race, the wizard wins without issue. Without issue, or when making a potion. They don't use all of their ingredients. Even in a failed test, something positive outcomes can eat from it. The wizard barely loses the race. The potion fails, but they end up with just a thinner, lesser version of it. On the other hand, if the fate die rolls a negative, disaster strikes. Misfortune strikes the wizard in their moment of weakness. Misfortune strikes the wizard in their roll. Misfortune strikes the wizard in their test. Using the above example. The wizard trips at the finish line. Finish line, eking out a victory, even if their pride is hurt, or successfully brewing the potion potion and destroying the kitchen and destroying the lab. Yeah. There we go. Blank results. Not every roll. Not every test the wizards find themselves in will have them roll the fate die. Often these are when no chance or luck can come into play. No chance or luck can come into play. Relying entirely on the skill of the wizard to determine their success, failure. Yes, this is pretty much what the fate die does. This is the best way to think about it. Is this is your crit die. Regardless of what you do, you're gonna be rolling this crit die. Don't always, though. Even in a failed test, positive outcomes can be leaned. While building a table requires basic knowledge and more effort, so 4 successes over 3. We don't have wizard affirmative action where if you play a wizard of a minority race, it's accepted into school. No, not talking about that. Bad. No, none of that. No wizard left behind. See. Okay. Okay, so let's actually think of what's how do we want to do this? What do we need to I think actually assisting. We'll do assisting is going to be important. We don't really have anything like advantage or disadvantage. That's not really going to be a thing. It's just going to be entirely assisting. Let's think. Assisting is going to be important. What else am I thinking? What else am I thinking of? Actually, I guess we should do extended tests. Yeah, so assisting, all for one, one for all. Whenever during their adventures in the school year the wizards will need to rely on their friends and others for assistance. Where one may fail, a group may succeed. One wizard will be designated as will be chosen as anchor, while every other wizard ally will be adding 1d6 to their dice pool for success. We have dice pool for success. if the task is complicated, if the task is specific or requires assistance, or requires a specialized knowledge. Let's see if the task is specific or requires specialized knowledge. The assistance, every other wizard ally called assistance, be adding one d6. We'll be adding 1d6 to the anchor's dice pool for success. Task is specific or require specialized knowledge. The assistants require half of the require at least a little skill, in it to assist. If they have no skill, if they have no skill, they cannot contribute. At least. Well, let's see. Some tasks with specific work, specialized knowledge. The assistants who have less than half of the skill of the anchor cannot add die to the pool. The anchor cannot add die to the pool. Effectively, if the anchor has like a 6 in something and they're rolling already 6, you can't help them if you have a 2 in it. It's like you're just not actually being useful. Cannot add die to the pool. Let's see. Cannot have assistant and complete it. Certain tests, namely academic ones, cannot have assistance while completing them. Wizard may be sent to detention, or worse. Yeah, it's kind of like, technically, like, whatever you're helping people out with, you're just gonna be adding a d6 to their pool. However, certain things you just can't. Like, yeah, you can't really just dedicate a lot of time into, doing a very particular thing. Like, no. Want to do, Gubbins. Certain tests will take a long time to complete. When this occurs, the wizard will be undertaking a project. Projects require a number of successes in every time interval, which is going to be period, day, week, month. Not semester. Yeah, I guess semester year. Every period, day, week, month, or semester. For example, if a wizard wants to brew a large potion of let's add something fun to it. Mm. Large push of plant growth. The headmaster may assign it as a TN10. May assign it as a target number 10. You need 10 successes to do it. With a period time interval. With a period time interval. Every period. The wizard may roll the die. May roll their. To add successes. To add successes to reach the goal. If they roll 0 successes, that interval fails. After three failures, the project collapses. And fails, losing all progress. There we go. That's kind of the idea behind it. Is you're going to be using, pretty much a little bit of time, effort, and things to potion. It's a potion. Got the 3-wheeled potion. So, yeah, that's pretty much all we need in this section, if I recall correctly. Roll not to get caught with pixie dust at disadvantage because you're fucking high right now. So much of this was inspired by that Key and Peele skit if Hogwarts was a little as wizard school, inner city school. My Little Witch Academia inspired you to make this. A fun fact, I'm going to say something heretical to all Trigger fans. I've never watched My Little Witch Academia. Never have. And people are like, oh, well, you should really, it's the greatest anime of all time. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I've watched bits and pieces of it. It just never really, I don't really know how to word it. It just didn't really jump out at me being like, this is going to be fun and exciting. I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm fine. I'll do something else. Mind you, when that show came out, I was getting really big into a lot of just like weirder shows. I think I was watching Monster at that point. I'm like, yeah, let's watch Monster, and let's fucking deal with Johan. Never watched Saint Seiya either because I am not from South America. Oh, we need to run a High Guardian Spice campaign. Effectively, like, one of the ideas behind it is that initially it was the entire concept was built around the idea of Harry Potter, but just shit makes sense. Because if you really read a lot of Harry Potter lore, shit don't make sense. How does magic work in Harry Potter? It don't. It fucking don't. That makes no goddamn sense 90% of the time. Yeah, it just doesn't, like, actual, like, Harry Potter lore is insane. Its magic system makes no sense. Its setting makes no sense. It just kind of happens because it needs to tell its story. And there's nothing wrong with settings built around its story. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But if, like, do not actually, like, think that it is anything more than that. However, when we were initially workshopping it, Ethical, actually, I believe it was Ethical, literally was like, oh, so it's gonna be like that Key and Peele sketch, Inner City Wizard School, and I'm like, oh fuck, that kind of works perfectly. So yeah, it has elements of that sketch, but it's kind of like you can kind of run however you want, and the school's going to dictate. I'm gonna have to write this in somewhere. which is going to be the idea of the school dictates what the feeling is going to be, if that makes sense. And I think that's the case for a lot of things. If you want to play a little bit more of a serious campaign, then yeah, you can play a serious campaign. If you want to play like a legitimate like school of dealing with school bullshit, and effectively, as you kind of say, mean girls except everybody's wizards, yeah, you can do that. If you want like just shit's getting fucked and everything is going wrong, yeah, but if you want to also play Chromite High School, go for it. That's kind of the I kind of want to keep it a little bit open. And with all the associated weirdness. Is it bad taste to base an RPG around Portuguese settlers and I'm assuming settlers in Skull Island? Think of calling it the Strand, its colony. I mean, I don't really see anything wrong with it. Solid. I mean, a little bit weird, but okay. Nothing as worse as anything else. Yeah, this entire thing just kind of erupted from two sources, actually. I didn't even kind of talk about it up here. One of the big ones was actually me reading the Ringworld book by from the BRP Ringworld book. Because it kind of activated that neuron in my head. I'm like, wait a second, we can just make a game about research. And that's the entire idea. It's a game about research. It's a game about scholars, not necessarily anyone else. Okay. I feel like I'm missing something, though. See, this is the funny thing. So setting about your typical fantasy adventure wizard with story, learning, and research about magic before turning it into a level 1 wizard. Effectively, if you want to. It's the setting, like basic setting wise, it's going to be like, yeah, there were some issues beforehand, and now you are all kind of wizards in this situation. But yeah, if you want to do something like that, like, yeah, nothing's gonna really stop you. You would need to account for how the magic system is going to be used, if anything, because it's a very weird system. But hey, that's for what it is. And you're starting at the age of 10. Okay, so let's take a second and think about what we need to do. Okay, let's just take a second and really kind of hammer out what the plan is. So we've got we're talking about we've got playing the game. We've got all the basics here. So what do we need to do? We need to do how to create a wizard. So okay, easy enough to understand how to create a wizard. Alright, easy enough to understand. Sorry, bash mic there. We're going to... Oh, God. This isn't going to be a very long stream, by the way. Because I still need to write and, I got the idea of listening to a review of Glasstown the RPG that the Bronte sister played. What? Okay. Like one of the... How do I want to do? Let me think about this. Hmm. We got playing the game. We got how to create a wizard. We're then going to probably move directly onto after how to create a wizard. We're going to probably do backgrounds, skills, initial, we're going to do initial magical aptitude. Pretty much things that you think that you're already going to be good at, because just kind of by default, easy enough to understand. Then we're going to be doing a gameplay cycle, which the first cycle, which we're going to be kind of talking about more than anything, is the academic, which is going to be our academics. Exploration, which is actually, we want to break this down into gameplay pillars. How about that? Because we can do this. First things first, we're going to talk about academics. Cool. We're going to be doing the school system. Actually, we'll tell you about the school system. Leveling up effectively. Because pretty much how I want this to go is that, like, your stats are dog shit to begin with. But every time you go, every time you're going to class and things, you're actually kind of making your life a lot easier. You're pretty much dumping points into increasing a particular skill or ability or whatever. That's going to be kind of the first major bit. You're going to classes, you're doing your electives, you're leveling up. You're getting better for that. Which is going to then go to exploration. Which is going to be about accomplishing objectives, accomplishing goals. How do we solve the conflict system? A conflict is me versus you. That's kind of the idea. So those are the three main pillars of academics, exploration, and conflict. Academics is how we're going to be using the school system. We're going to talk about that right away. We're then going to talk about exploration a little bit. Easy enough to understand. How do we accomplish goals? What are we doing more than anything? Then conflicts. It's going to be me versus you. I guess then we move straight on to magic and mayhem. It's not going to be the name, but bear with me. We move on to magic, and then we explain the magic. We're going to explain the magic system. Part of me actually wants to even put this like over here. I think putting it up here would be the best one. We talk about the pillars then. And then we do there we go. Okay. If we treat this as our, I wouldn't say our, full lexicon or whatever, what we're exactly going to be doing. But if we treat this as kind of our guidebook of what the plan is, I think this is going to go pretty well. We've already got playing the game and the basics done, so what we need to do next is technically how to create a wizard.
Harry, you're a wizard, Harry. You're a wizard.
Damn it, why does Pip always have to stream the same time as you? It's a drunk stream with 10 minutes in it. Yeah, go watch that instead. Don't worry, I'm probably going to be bailing here soon just because I'm tired. It's been a little bit hectic the past week.
Harry brought 10 million points from Gryffindor. 18 gorillion boys from Gryffindor.
Uh, uh. Hmm. I would say this is going to be the longest part. Okay, so I'm just going to set things up. I'm going to set things fun. How do I want to do that? Rolling, enrolling, and was enrolling. I feel when unclog the toilet, so all your efforts last year were useless. Notepad. When did you do that isekai game? The isekai game that I wrote, Table Talk Online, literal years ago. Absolutely centuries ago. Eons ago, you might even say. But yeah, that one's an older. That's an oldie at this point. I've done that a long time ago. Let's see. When starting their adventure, the wizards will need to enroll. I was wondering why it wasn't my shared docs when I was printing stuff off to redo my... Why it wasn't my shared docs when I was printing off to redo my notes. I wouldn't be surprised if it just kind of got lost. I did change some small things. So if I go over here, if you go to Table Talk Online, it should pop up. Yeah, it's right here. Hello, Table Talk Online. One day I'll fix you. One day I'll fix you 3 years ago. Yeah, I need to update the website one of these days. Yeah, I'll get the website updated at some point. At some point, I will get it updated. Ugh. Do it right now. Schedule the update right now. No, I don't want to schedule the update right now because I still gotta record some shit. Let's see. So I just want to get this done, and then I'm literally going to start writing the script for tomorrow. Script and do the audio for tomorrow because my throat's already kind of given out, so I want to keep that alive. Well, every school has a different. Oh shit. Let's see. Well, every school has different enrollment process. The fact remains that each of the wizards. Right this way. I'm fucking frazzled right now. Right. I'm gonna call it here for tonight. I'm just a little bit out of it right now. I will get this written up. The goal is fuck. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this written up for Friday, and on Friday we're gonna go through the entirety of character creation, and we'll kind of see how things go from there. If character creation goes smoothly, what's gonna happen? We're going to immediately transition to Magic and Mayhem. If things go completely according to plan, this will be done by next week. That's kind of the goal. It gets a little bit shaky, especially how things have been for the past week or so. So we'll play that by ear. So I'm gonna call it there. Thank you all for showing up. Sorry for a smaller stream. Godspeed, good luck. You know the rest. I am going to die a little on the inside and write a script on a Forge in the Dark game. Goodbye.